Turn the mic on. Truth in the building. No filters. No politics. No apologies. Dr. Ken, let's go. We don't quit till the whole thing shake. Truth hit hard, make the whole world wait. Real talk loud when the system fade. Stand tall, even when the whole ground break. No fear, no foe, no retreat. Pressure make diamonds when the fire meet heat. All gas, no brakes. When the truth gon' speak, Dr. Ken in the booth.
Truth don't sleep.
Came from the bottom when survival was law. Learn real quick what respect really costs. Everybody got opinions from afar, but they ain't never had to carry those scars. Built from pressure, discipline, pain. Some lose focus, some lose aim. Some sell souls just to chase that fame. I build my brick by brick, no shame. See the world get weak when it need a moment. Too many followers pretending they friends. Too many loudmouths scared to defend any real conviction when the pressure set in. But I stand on business, stand on code, stand on truth when the lies explode. Some fold up when the road gets cold. Some become legends when the story gets told. We don't quit till the whole thing shake. Truth hit hard, make the whole world wait. Real talk loud when the system fades. Stand tall, even when the whole ground breaks. No fear, no foe, no retreat. Pressure make diamonds when the fire meet heat. All gas, no brakes. When the truth gon' speak, Dr. Ken is on.
Truth don't sleep.
Frank. Candid.
Straight to the point.
If nobody else gon' say it, I will. Yeah. Mic check, truth coming, live again. Built for the storm, I don't hide from wind. Everybody tough when the lights are bright. Different story when it's dark outside at 10. I done seen pride make kings collapse. Seen weak minds get trapped in traps. Seen good people never fight back. Seen fake leaders disappear too fast. So I speak for the workers, speak for the tired, speak for the people still trying to climb higher. Speak for the ones still building through fire, trying to lead this world better than prior. And if the truth hurt, let it hurt a little. Growth don't happen staying safe in the middle. Either build your life or become a riddle. Either move the crowd or get played like fiddle. We don't quit till the whole thing shake. Truth hit hard, make the whole world wait. Real talk loud when the system fades. Stand tall, even when the whole ground break. No fear, no foe, no retreat. Pressure make diamonds when the fire meet heat. All gas, no brakes. When the truth gon' speak, Dr. Ken in the booth.
Truth don't sleep.
Dr. Ken's truth. Frank, Dr. Ken's truth. Dr. Ken's truth. Dr. Ken's truth. Frank, Candid.
Straight to the point, to the point.
Well, good evening and welcome. Welcome to Dr. Ken's Truth. It's Monday, I think. Is it Monday? Yeah, it's Monday. It's been a long weekend. I've been off since Thursday. So it's good to be here. Hopefully everything is synced together. I had to do some disconnecting and playing and all that. People were complaining your YouTube is, the mouth is off and all that stuff. So I had to make sure all that was taken care of. So, want to say welcome to today's installment. How long it'll last, I don't know. I'm gonna just go for it. I did redo my top 5 at 5, and I'm gonna just call it my top 5. So whenever I get around to it, I'll just kind of get around to it. So I mean, that's all I can do. That's all I can do. It's great to be here. This week we're going to be talking about money. We're going to be talking about finance. We're going to be talking about all those things that I think are important to the Black community, is important to people in general. Doesn't matter if you're Black. I think some of those things are important because as this economy moves forward, we have to make sure that we are ready for anything. And so I got 3 screens here. I'm working back and forth. So if you see me look away, It's not that I don't like you. It's it's because, so let me check this YouTube chat. Hey, what's going on, Kwanda? How's everybody? Everybody doing good. Let me see. She said, good evening, new month, new grace, make it count. Okay. Hey, what's up, SE? What's going on with you? Let me see. Todd. Hey, what's up, Todd? What's up? The Dow 51K. Yeah, it is. I'm waiting for it to drop just a little bit so I can buy some stuff that's cheaper. I'm just saying. Lucretia, hey, what's going on? Okay, then Lucretia and Kwanda got into their bestie thing. Hey, what's up, Kathleen? Good to see you. Good to see you all up in here. What's up, Aaron? All good. Sir Chance. I hear today. What up, though? Just can't speak regular English. Got to be Bionic to the very end. I ain't mad at you. Hey, what's up, Sear and Sear? Ronnie Ray Real. Yep. They say your volume is kind of low. Well, I mean, I'm using a microphone, so if you want me to move closer, look, watch this. You want me to move closer to the microphone, I can do that. Or I can just talk louder. How's it now, Sir Chance? Is it all right? Is it okay? I'm just saying. All right. As always, please hit the like button. Make sure you hit the all the buttons you need to do to subscribe. My swag, of course, the only way that I can put this show on is if I have support from you, the listener. And so she said it sounds kind of muffled. Let me on. I'll try it. Tomorrow I'll put in a microphone straight into the straight into the computer and see how that works. We'll test it out. It's gonna take some time, but I need you all. That's why I need you to let me know those things that I need to change, things I need to work out, things I need to play with, because we're gonna be talking about money this week, so we don't want to mess that up. We don't want nobody getting all upset and mad. Oh my God, you didn't talk about money. Then I got to get a note from the hall monitor, Kwanda, and we're going through all that stuff. So yeah, I think we got some good stuff coming up on top 5 today. So I think it'll go great. I'm starting to talk about some things that I can do a little more in depth here, because I'm not constrained by what I like to call celestial radio. I can sit here and talk about things at random. And so celebration, some things that have been bothering me about why people do what they do. At some point, we start celebrating people doing what they were already supposed to do. Now, think about that. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to say it's not a great accomplishment, but you lessen what's important by celebrating those things. And somewhere along the line, we started confusing people doing things that are expected with something that's supposed to be an achievement. Like graduating from school. Like, we started handing out applause for things people ordinarily do. We started treating basic obligations as some extraordinary accomplishment, like somebody did something. Now, there's nothing wrong with encouraging people. There's nothing wrong with recognizing effort. There's nothing wrong with showing appreciation. But there's a difference between appreciation and celebration. There's a difference between meeting what's expected and expecting and then exceeding it. Does that make sense? So if we're not careful, we lower standards so much that if you just do the minimum, we give people a standing ovation. You showed up at work on time. That's not exceptional. It's expected. You Kwanda turned in an assignment that you were supposed to complete. That's not extraordinary. That's expected. And so you attend class. You pay your bills. You return a phone call or text. You fulfill your responsibility as a parent. You keep your word. And that's good. You should. But increasingly, our culture, and I've seen it in all the places I've worked, rewards people for simply doing what they agreed to do in the first place. You said you was going to show up for work. When did expectation become achievement. I remember there were certain things you did because it's your responsibility. Nobody gave you a trophy to take out the trash. Nobody threw a party for you because you passed the class you were supposed to pass. Nobody should act amazed that you committed to do something and then you did it. The reward was the satisfaction of knowing you were doing what was required. The standard is the standard. It's kind of basic. But today we are so accustomed, and I hate to say it, but we're so accustomed with underperformance. People that just don't perform at a certain level. That by itself looks extraordinary. So now just being competent can make you great. When a politician tells the truth, people, oh my God, they told the truth, because you expect them to tell a lie. When a public official responds to an email, oh, I'm impressed. They sent me a note back. Oh, I was really great. A business says they're going to deliver a package and they deliver it on time. People are amazed. When a parent is present in their child's life. Oh, you care about parent-teacher meetings? Yes. Society act like that's a miracle. Or a podcaster. You ask a question and it just drives me crazy when people say, good question. I know, that's why I asked the question. But I don't need emotional support. In that instance, I need an answer, but I digress. This is not a miracle. This is expectation. The real question is why expectations have become so rare, so that when people do it, it feels remarkable. I think that's because we got lazy people. But anyway, how many organizations celebrate attendance more than contribution? Oh, look, we had 1,000 people show up. How much money did you raise? How many workplaces reward presence more than productivity? The fact that you came to work. How many people expect recognition before they even produce any results? We created a culture where people often want the benefit of being excellent without the discipline of being excellent. Everybody wants the title, nobody wants the work. Everybody wants respect, nobody wants responsibility. Achievement begins where expectation ends. Meeting expectations just simply keeps you in the game. It keeps you moving. Exceeding expectations will actually change the game. Think about people we actually admire. We don't celebrate them because they meet expectations. We celebrate them because they went beyond expectations. They did more, they learned more, they sacrificed more, they produced more, they led more, they served more. And that's where greatness comes in. That is not minimum requirement. Greatness lives beyond expectation. We celebrate the minimum. When we do that, we unintentionally discourage people being excellent. Well, why should I be great when everybody gonna get a prize? Why pursue mastery if mediocrity receives equal treatment? Why strive for greatness if average performance earns extraordinary praise and applause? Strongest organizations I've ever been part of, whether law enforcement, higher ed, or working with the city, community service, whatever, they have one thing in common: clear expectations. Not suggestions, not wishes, not anything else, expectation. And everybody understood meeting that was just the price of admission. That wasn't the destination. So the destination is being excellent, having an impact, being better than yesterday. So maybe, just maybe, it's time for us to recalibrate and start asking, did they do what was expected? If they did, good. But that's the starting line, not the finish line. You can't run a race and then say, they did great. They started. They took the first step. Did they create value? Did they make a difference? Because that's what deserves celebration and recognition. That's what moves your life forward. Challenge is simple. Raise your expectations of yourself. Hold yourself accountable to the commitments you made. Don't seek applause for the ordinary or recognition for really what's required. Don't confuse participation with performance. Instead, focus on being great, on being exceptional. Focus on doing more than what's required. Expectation is where responsibility begins, and excellence is what we're going to be talking about today. That's where legacy begins. I mean, I'm just being frank, candid, and I don't know, straight to the point. You got any comments? Throw them in the YouTube chat. And always remember, you can share this with your friends at youtube.com /at Dr. Ken's Truth. Let me check this YouTube chat when we come back, and we'll dive into all the things we're going to be talking about today. Yep, he's back. He's back. I gotta always remember to turn off my microphone and turn on my microphone because y'all be hearing me doing stuff and talking and taking phone calls and all that stuff. Let me check this chat, see what's going on. Hey, what's up, Aaron? Doing well. Sir Chance, your volume is we talked about that. And my phone. Babar, what's going on? You late? You late, Babar? Don't be late again. You late for school. Hey, what's up? Not really a city girl. Todd said it started with the millennial parent. It started with some people. It started with something. Hey, what's up, Views? I ain't went nowhere. I just took a break. I did my open, and now I'm here. Where you go? I just got here. Well, you should have been here all the other days. Then you could have seen what I do. So I'm just saying. No, welcome for being here. So we're gonna be talking about money, talking about wealth. I read a great book. It's called The Simple Path to Wealth by J.L. Collins, and in a sentence, now I stole this from 4-Minute Books. In a sentence, the book says, spend less than you earn, avoid debt, invest the rest in low cost total stock market index fund, and stay invested long enough for compounding to work. What's long enough? I don't know, 20, 30 years maybe. Start as young as you can, and if you get to 65, you'll probably have a nice piece of change. I'm just saying. You could do that. Hey, Kwanda, be nice. So the Simple Path to Wealth is it's a guide. I've read it multiple times. It's about 10 years old, but it is one of the most remarkable books I've ever read. It's about achieving financial independence. 3 things. Spend less than you earn, avoid and eliminate your debt, and invest consistently. That's it. Like, those are the things. Now, the author, J.L. Collins, argues that wealth is not about becoming rich. It's about having enough freedom and options and control of your life so that when you get to a certain point and you stop having income, you have money to live off of. It started with a series of letters he sent to his daughter about how money works and how ordinary people can sustain wealth and all that stuff. And it's really not complicated. I gotta say, this is just me, and I know this is opinion, this is education, so this is just opinion. It's not meant to trash anybody. But and by the way, if you have any questions, put them in the YouTube chat. we have to remember that when you pay other people to invest your money, they're only making money on transactions. So they tend to put money sometimes in places that are going to cause them to get a commission. And the bottom line is, over time, you could really do it yourself. That's just my estimation. So what are some lessons you can learn? What are some of the things we're going to talk about? Well, number one, financial freedom is a goal. So at the beginning of a year, beginning of a month, beginning of a day, beginning of an hour, beginning of a minute, beginning of 1 second from now, you can decide that you want to buy your freedom. Now, we're not talking about luxury. We're not talking about status. People think you're great being an Elon Musk or some rich person. You just want to have the ability to choose how you spend your life, how you spend your money, and how you live your life. That's it. It's kind of simple. The problem is, my number two, you got to say. You have to say the gap between what you earn and what you spend. You need to take that and save it. That's it. That is the only way that you're going to get financial independence. Lifestyle inflation is one of the biggest threats, right? Moving to a suburb, I got to get a bigger house. Got more kids, got to get a bigger house. Those are the things that are going to cause you to not have long-term wealth. And then number three, you got to stay out of debt. Consumer debt is the major obstacle to wealth. Credit card debt, in some cases, home ownership debt. Remember, we talked about it before. Home ownership is the only thing where the realtors and the bank make all the money, and you tie your money up for somewhere 15, 20, 30 years. And you might get a return on it, you might not. So where do you put your money? The book talks about not picking winning stocks. I know that sounds counterintuitive, but Collins recommends investing in low-cost total stock market index fund like the Vanguard Total Stock Market Index Fund. The ticker for it is VTSAX. VTSAX. His argument is that most professional investors fail to consistently beat the market. So owning the entire market is a better strategy. When some part goes up, the other part goes down. Over time, the market goes up and you're great. If you started, I think when I started investing, the market was around 20,000, 30,000. And now somebody put in the chat today, it's at 51,000. So over time, and that's including all the dips and the, well, not for me, but since the market started, that's all the dips. That's the 1929 stock market crash, the 1984, 87-ish crash, 2008 housing crash, all those crashes, and the market still did well over time. So, but every time you trade, you got to pay a commission. That's less money. So you might make, I'm just using random numbers, you might make 10%, but then you have to pay 2 or 3% that year because of all the trades you made. So now you only made 7. Then you got tax on that, and it's less. What you have to do is, how do I say that? You got to avoid market noise. People talking, your friends, hey, this is a great investment. Or watching TV and they tell you, this is a great market. And if you jump in, or initial public offering where a company's going public, and if you can buy in, you're going to make millions. Well, that usually doesn't work out for us little folks. Market crashes and downturns are normal. You should expect them. The book teaches to continue investing through good and bad markets rather than attempting to time it, because nobody has been able to time the market. I'm not a believer in luck, but if they did it, that's probably what it was. Long-term discipline is more important. Saving on a regular basis, putting it in and letting it ride. As long as you're in a total stock market index. So, why do I say that? Because I agree with what the author J.L. Collins said. Simplicity beats complexity. Having these plans, and we're going to change it here, and we're going to go through there, right? But What you also have to do is if you have it completely in it at 100%, you don't have to check it. But as you get older, you might want to put maybe 20% of it or more. This is some of the things he talks about in the book. You might want to put about 15% of it in a bond fund, a total bond fund, so you can make sure you make money. It might be at a slower pace. You know, you might not make it as much, but your money will still be there, right? Because usually when one goes up, stock market, the other goes down. Bonds. When bonds go up, stock market may go down. But you can't time it, so why worry about it? Many investment products exist because they're profitable for the company. Me selling it and getting a commission makes me money. Whether it works for you, not necessarily. It's not necessarily beneficial to the investor. So Collins advocates keeping interest simple, investing, not interest. Well, keep that simple too. But keep investing simple, inexpensive, and automated so you don't have to think about it. Because if it comes out of your check before you get your check, and very few people get checks now. Now it's just automatically put into your account. But if you can get it pulled out ahead of time, I think it'll be better. And that way you won't miss it. So if you follow the philosophy, it looks like this, right? First thing you need to do. Well, no. Before I get to the action plan, let me check the YouTube chat and see what you all are talking about. Let me see. I think I'll look at it over here. All right. Let me scroll down. Let's have Lucretia. Y'all still going back and forth and back and forth and back. Let me see if there are any questions. You still in here, Sherwin? Oh, I see you. It's their salute. Todd said, watch it, CNBC Squawk in the morning. Very informative. Okay. Sherwin said the upcoming SpaceX IPO is going to send shockwaves through the market. Tremors have already started. Yes, it will. Todd said, buy it. But see, that's the thing that I stay away from. Once they're in the market, if I'm in a total stock market fund, I already own it. So I don't have to worry about what it does every day or not. I already own it. I don't have to bother. Hey, what's up, Jasmine? Good to see you. Vanguard Vultures accounts offer commission-free trades. I just picked up shares. Salesforce is a solid. But see, I'm not doing individual stocks. I'm not doing it. I'm following what J.L. Collins. I own all the companies, all 3,600 plus. I don't have to worry about buying in. But that's just me. Fidelity has the same thing. I think it's I forget what Fidelity is. Fidelity has one that's the same. And it really doesn't matter where you go, I would assume. Just make sure you go to a reputable place like a Fidelity or a Vanguard, like that, right? But what you have to do is make sure that you are following some type of plan. So what action should you take? Like, what should you actually do? Now, we talk about Black folks being in the market and making money. Whatever you decide to do is on you. This is just educational. It's something we're going to be talking about this week. We're going to dive into, very specific things on days like how to get rid of debt, different ways to do that. Collins' philosophy path looks like this. Build an emergency fund. Minimum. What is it going to take that if something breaks, you can just go and pay for it and then replenish the emergency fund? I think it's somewhere around $1,000. Well, I don't know. Today with gas and all that, it's probably around $200, $2,000. Get rid of your high interest debt. I say get rid of all of your debt if you possibly can. I know some school loans are low, 3 to 1%, but get rid of it. Maximize retirement whenever you can. So if you're going to invest, now some companies have 401ks and 403bs, but a lot of them don't give you access to index funds because they don't make money on this. But there is a way. If you talk to an advisor and quite possibly pay for it, you can figure out a way. You can actually figure out a way to have them configure your portfolio in your retirement plan and your retirement fund to mirror as close as possible the total stock market. that's just one of the things that I did. You got to invest regularly. Ignore when the market goes boom. Ignore when they go. That means stop watching it every day. Who was that was watching CNBC every day? It'll drive you crazy. But then you got to do it for decades, year in, year out, day in, day out, month in, month out. Just forget about it and just let it ride. Use that to create your independence, and eventually you'll have retirement income. That's the same. Now, some people use Fidelity. Fidelity has a Fidelity Total Market Index Fund called FSKAX, which is often considered as the closest Fidelity equivalent to the Vanguard. Either way, the only reason I like Vanguard is because Vanguard is cheap. It's like it's a mutual fund company, but people that invest in it own the company. So the people there aren't trying to get rich and not trying to make money off of you and get commissions. Their fees are ridiculously low, virtually zero. I saw like 0.1, 0.0 something. So it's pretty low. Consider doing that. Now, Todd said the future is space, but we don't know that. But if the future is space and Elon Musk goes public, that means the day he goes public, I'll own it. I'll own part of that. So for me, it just makes sense to do it that way. But I got a question for you. Let me see if I can figure out. See if I can figure out how to do a poll. So I got a poll question that I'm gonna put in. I got a poll question because I want to know really how fast can you get out of debt. You know, y'all talk about it, but what are some of the ways you can figure out how to get out of debt? There are several ways to do it. There's several ways to jump out of it, but can you? I mean, because a lot of us Black folks don't save, and I think it's not that we can't save. I think we don't save because we don't make the money that we think we should. We want to live where we want to live. We want to do what we want to do, and when it comes time to invest, we don't have any money left over. And so I've already started dropping some of my streaming. I've already decided that, I don't watch it and I don't remember. And as I'm clicking through, when was the last time I watched that? I usually sign up annually, so I just set all of them not to renew. And so hopefully by mid-year, which is now into June, July, August, I'm just gonna tap out. That's probably close to what, $200, $300, $400 a year that I could actually save and invest instead of throwing it and giving it to the company. So my poll, what's the easiest way for you to get rid of your debt? I also want to know how fast. You can hit me in the YouTube chat. How fast can you get rid of your debt? But the poll is what's the easiest way to remove your debt. Some people, it might take them a while, but I really want to know how easy is it to remove your debt. So you could either do a second job. I said bankruptcy. You could do extra payments. You could do savings, or is there another way? I guess that other way is bankruptcy, but depending on the type of bankruptcy you do, you can do reorganization and it'll stay on your record for 7 years. But if you do full bankruptcy, that stays on your record for 10 years. And if you get bankruptcy on your record, people even ask sometimes when you get a job, have you ever filed for bankruptcy? Because we hold things against. It's not as bad now because, certain people with a lot of money in 2008 got hit with the market and housing. And so a lot of people were filing for bankruptcy and having bad debt. And that's something we're going to talk about too. Your debt rating and how if you have cash, you really don't have to worry about debt. You can just use cash and be done. People don't like it. It's not It's not efficient, no, but in the end, you get to command it. It's amazing how people's eyes light up when you pull out cash and you want to negotiate something. That's a different conversation. It's like a car company. We'll talk about all that stuff: buying cars, getting an apartment, buying a house, stuff like that. So let me check this YouTube chat. Hughes, Sherwin said, Vanguard brokerage accounts offer commission-free trades. I just picked up shares. So does Fidelity. Sir Chancellor, hey dude, do you have patent and begun marketing that cool shirt? I found this online. Let me show you what it says. My shirt says Black and Scholared, and you can put the degree you have on it. And I found it online because I was looking for a Black Scholars Matter shirt, and I couldn't find one, so I threw it on my site. So there's the Printify site. If you go there, Dr. Ken's Truth Swag, you can buy a shirt that says Black Scholars Matter. You can get it in different colors and different sizes and all that stuff. So just thought I'd throw that out. Let me see what else. Sir Chance say, hey, Sir Chance said, open up as many credit cards as you like, ones with certain short-term and other perks and cash back, then reap those benefits, but ensure you never incur any interest on them. You and I both know that's not a human thing. If you forget 1 month, all that interest piles up. If you have too many cards, if you close one, your credit rating goes down. If you use cash, you ain't got to worry about that at all. Some things you have to use credit for. You have to use it to get a car. Depends if you buy used and just pay cash for it, save up. I think patience plays a huge part in how you do your finances. We have to stop wanting to look like and live like everybody else. What is it? Dave Ramsey that says, live like no one else, so later you can live like no one else. Those are some of the things you have to do. But many times we forget about that. And we open up all these credit cards and we say, I'll just use a little bit. I'll put $250 on this one and I'll put $100 on that one. I want to get the perks in it. Most of those cards say, oh, you're going to spend $20,000 in the first 3 months and then you get 100,000 points. And yeah, you still got to pay it back. I got caught in that in high school. You know, what was the store? It's closed now. Montgomery Ward's. Went to Illinois State and they said, oh, I'm going to open up and you can get this credit card. It's for free. We don't care what your credit is. Well, you didn't have a credit rating anyway. You're 18 years old. And you get it and you go shopping. And that's another thing. When you use cash, you're very cognizant of how much money you spend. When you use a credit or debit card, you got to keep checking your account. And if you forget, guess what? You already ran up the bill. So now you've got about $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 spread across 5 or 6 cards. Then what? And Sir Chance, the only way that works is you have to sign up for all those credit cards at the same time. So when the inquiry is made, it looks like you're just applying for their card. So there's all these tricks, but in the end, if you don't have to play the trick, don't play the trick. If you don't have any money, don't buy it. It's kind of simple. I'm just saying. It's just kind of simple. So let me go double check this thing. The poll is, what's the easiest way to remove debt? 50% of you all right now said a second job. And then half of you all said extra payments. Y'all ain't using y'all savings and you ain't came up with no other way. The poll's only been up for 5 minutes. So if you want to vote, jump in and make your words count. So I'm gonna go back and listen to this, and I'm gonna go back and what is it? Cash and info is king. Yeah, that's true. Cash is king and information. The more equipped you are with information, the more we'll do. And that's what we're going to be talking about this week. We're going to be carving out days to talk about buying a car and how that works. We're going to talk about where you put your money. Is it a bank or a credit union? Different things for different uses. And so how banks work, how they keep your mortgage versus packaging your mortgage and selling it to somebody. I've literally had my mortgage with The initial people I bought my house with, one, that was the one, two, three. I'm on my fourth different company where they sold my mortgage to somebody. Like it was literally, and you have no control over it. They just want to make money. Some of the companies got bought, which means, hey, you're with this company and you may not even like the company. I have one bank I was with. It was the absolute worst mortgage. I don't know what you call it. The people that take care of your mortgage. It was the worst company I've ever had. To the point, I complained to a senior vice president. I called them. I was at a organization convention and they were there speaking. And I told them my issue and they helped me fix it. But I refinanced just to get away from that company. I would have rather have paid the money. That's another thing about owning homes and refinancing. And we're going to talk about all that. We're going to see if we can get some experts in to really talk about some of these things. Black Book Thursday is coming back. I've got probably the end of June, and we'll be doing that. So, but if you have any questions about it, if you have any questions about anything that was talked about today, just throw it in the YouTube chat. And when we come back, we're going to dive into top 5. So, yeah, make sure you just, I don't know, hang around a bit, see what's going on. You like that music? That was Sherwin fun. He turned me on to AI and I lost my mind and started doing all sorts of ridiculously crazy things. So I got to blame him for it. So, all right. So we are back. And so I wanted to jump in and I'm going to try something new. So this time, rather than doing it, I'm going to just show you as I go through when I do my top 5 at 5.
Number 5.
All right. So for those of you that don't know and haven't heard, the Obama Presidential Center, and trust me when I tell you, it is not a library. It is a library and a center, has a full basketball court. So I took a tour in March or April during the construction. They were about 95% constructed. And so, of course, I was sworn to secrecy and I can't say what's actually in it, but I was able to take a tour. And the center is opening on Juneteenth. So you can see right here, tickets are available. And if you check it out, you can buy tickets. And so tickets, these are the dates. You can see dates that you can buy, dates that you can go in. Tickets, if I'm not mistaken, tickets are start at about $30. And I think they go up from there. As you can see, museum hours starting Juneteenth, Monday 1 to 8, and then Tuesday through Sunday is 10 a.m. to 5, because y'all know how people get. And so if you just, oh, I did it. So if you just click get tickets, you can go in. You can see the cost. Let's say I wanted to get one for, oh, look, they're sold out through Monday, August 28th, because you can actually get in now. But let's say I wanted to go that date. Tickets are $30. Children are $23. Illinois residents, $26. And children under 3 get in for free. So that's something that I'm going to be doing again. I'm going to go sometime this month, and I want to go back down and check out what's going on. But, you know, tickets are sold out through August 24th. So you'd have to go at the end of the day. I'm just saying. So make sure you are cognizant of that. I think even if you don't live in Wisconsin or Illinois or in the area, I think that would be something that you would definitely want to do.
Number 4.
So I don't know if you all heard last weekend, this from WISN.com. There was a United Airlines passenger decided on a flight from Minneapolis to Chicago. And you should really think about who on a plane with you, because it didn't work out well for them. They were on a flight and they had to land in Madison on Friday night because somebody decided that they wanted to storm the cockpit, some 75-year-old passenger. Unfortunately for this person, there were police officers who were traveling to a convention in Minneapolis that happened to be on a plane. So they held them down and held them for the FBI. Dane County sheriffs confirmed the male passengers was confused and in mental health crisis. Oh no. Plane didn't get to Minneapolis till 2:30 in the morning. And so for me, that was a non-starter. Yeah. You know, we got a governor's race going on in Wisconsin, by the way. And one of the gubernatorial candidates said that they can see a future of a society without police or prisons. I don't know.
Number 3.
So Francesca Hong, this is from CBS 58, a front runner in the race to determine who will be the governor of the great state of Wisconsin, spoke to CBS 58 Friday night and basically said, and let me make this bigger for you all so you all can see, so you can read it. Basically said that she said her perfect world would be a world without prisons. I don't necessarily agree with that, but I don't know. They had to repeat it because she got a lot of criticism from people in her own party over those comments. She said it at a campaign event earlier this month. And it was kind of mentioned and then kind of just blown off. But when you think about what she said, she also said we should need, armed police. I'm like, what is that? So I guess if you want to commit sexual assault or snatch kids, I guess there's not going to be anybody to go after. She says that's her vision. I don't necessarily see human behavior changing anytime soon. So I don't know if I can be in agreement. I would have to 100% say I am in total agreement. Why am I not in agreement? Well, this next story reminds me that there's one state I know I'm never moving to.
Number 2.
I don't know if you heard this story in Tennessee on news1.com. So what this guy did, and I'm going to make this bigger as well. What this guy did is it was a road rage incident, and this white guy had an issue with a black motorist. And you can see him on the phone, and you can see, well, he's talking about how great it is to be white in the place that's the birthplace of the Ku Klux Klan. I always thought it was Indiana, but maybe it was Tennessee. So as you go through it, there's video here. So if you want to go to news1.com, you can click the story and play the video. He felt that it was important that he scream at the woman, and then at the end of screaming at her, he said, learn how to drive, jackass, and then said, shut up, nigger. And so he basically said, I don't give a F if I'm white or not. You know where we at? We're in Tennessee. That's where the KKK originated. Then he called her the N-word. And then what he forgot is that there was a person there, and you can see it. There was a person there videotaping. Then when they videotaped it, that's when he slowed down and leaned back in the seat. But of course, it was too late. The entire thing went viral. And now everybody and their mother across the world knows exactly what he meant. Whether or not he kept his job, whether or not I don't know. Not for me to call, but it's definitely another reason not to move to Tennessee. And finally, if you have a school loan, it's about to get stupid.
Number 1.
So Black student loan rate, the default rate, is significantly higher for Black people, just so you know. So if you've got family members that have school loans, it's time to watch because January is here. In a January 7th letter, a new student default loan rate, I'll get it right. A new student loan default occurs every 9 seconds in 2025. Now, you do understand we're not the majority of the people with the loans. However, I do care about everybody, but I care a little more about our community. Nearly half of the 9 million people in default on their school loans is appealing to the Federal Education Department to halt plans to begin garnishing borrowers' wages this month. June is the month. Default status connotes borrowers are 270 days or more behind on their payment. That means they are going to come for you. Now, according to the advocates, the Trump administration's school loan policies are disproportionately harming Black and older borrowers. Signing the joint letter of appeal were Protect Borrowers, American Federation of Teachers, Debt Collective, NAACP, National Education Association, Student Debt Crisis Center, and Young Invincibles. Research showed that involuntary collections make economic challenges worse. Because now, with rent high, food, gas, everything higher, now you might get $200, $300, and in some cases, $1,000 taken out of your bank account every month when you get paid. And that's only going to cause more financial stress. When you can't find a job, when you're underemployed, those things only get worse. So make sure you are aware. Let your friends know. Let your people know who have loans or people that are in school that get loans understand what happens. Among the states that are severely affected, Florida, Georgia, Ohio, and Texas each have 100,000 or more borrowers in default. That is a lot of people. That's a lot of people that's going to owe some money. So just make sure you're aware of that. It's crazy. So let me check this this YouTube chat, see what y'all going. So Chauncey still talking about money. Curly Q say top 5 at 4:45. It's just top 5. It's not top 5 at 5 anymore. I had to change the date. Y'all be keeping me here till 10 o'clock tonight. Dr. Ken, you're in and out. You're in and out. Okay, I'm sorry. He said sorry that later they let him go. Right? They're not black. Go figure. Can anybody hear me? Can you hear me? Okay. So we're going to be working on things. We're going to be working on making sure that, I tried a different way. I'm using a camera microphone. Next time I will plug in my larger microphone into the computer, and that way you'll be able to hear me a lot better. Or I just need to talk loud, right? Just talk louder, and I'll do that. Can you hear me now? Curly Q said I can hear you just fine. See, some of y'all might be listening to me on some, trap phones or something, raggedy phone. I don't know. Get a better computer. No, I'm just teasing. You're welcome, Todd. You're welcome. So again, let me go back and check my poll, see where we're going in the poll. And the question was, what's the easiest way to remove your debt? 22% said a second job. 67%, wow, it flipped, said extra payments. And then 11% said, I'm going to figure out another way. And 0 was saving, because I'm not using my savings. Yes, Curly Q, trap phones. So for me, the easiest way was to get a second job. When I wanted to get rid of debt, I went and got a second job, and I had that money go into an account that paid exactly what it was I was paying off, and then I didn't worry about it. And then that way, I didn't have to think about it. I said, take that payment out of that account, and then I made auto pay, and I paid extra. So if it paid $100 a month, I might have made it $200 a month or $300 a month and paid it. Now, some places will make you do that manually because they want to, spread it out and make money. I just set it so that it would just pay it. And then I think I had to manually go in and add money to it. Just like you would have to do with your mortgage. The mortgage company's not going to take an extra payment unless you go in and do it manually, because automatically they're just going to take out what your mortgage is. And so I made it a point to make sure I added it in. And we'll talk about that. How do you pay stuff off? How do you get rid of debt? How do you do it in the most economical way, but still have that emergency fund? So we'll talk about that, so you don't get into this whole school loan thing. We might even dive into how do you pay for school. There's a couple of ways to pay for school, which might sound a little weird to people because I'm in higher education, but I think it'll work. Sir John said, okay, but for sake of all inquiring minds, tune in before you go. Won't you disclose a website you found and cop that shirt? Oh, let me see. All right, let me do it. Let me see. Okay, I guess I'll do it. All right, so let me share it. So you can see it right here. There's a website called blackandscholar.com. So if you got a PhD, an MD, an ED, or a JD, you can go here and you can order the shirt. All right. Now, I'm not endorsing the website, just so you know. I'm not endorsing it. I'm just telling you where I found my shirt. This is a cool shirt, Black and Scholar. It is. I'm just so there you go. You got it? You got it? All right. So there you go. Black and Scholared. BlackandScholarD.com. Got it? Blackandscholar.com. All right, you happy, sunshines? All right. So any other questions before I go? Before y'all let me go? It's 5 o'clock. I got stuff to do. I got places to go, people to see. I don't know. Tomorrow I might do outside. Might sit outside again. Who knows? We'll have a great day. Any last questions? I'm going to check the YouTube chat. Let me take my poll. Let me end my poll. And so now that you see, easiest way to remove debt, extra payments was 67%. Second job was 22%. Finding another way was 11%. Savings was 0. I cannot believe y'all can't come up with some innovative ways, like begging your family for money to get that. I'm just saying. Hey, Curly Q, at a undisclosed. Yeah, it'll be the undisclosed location. I'm not going to tell y'all where I'm at. But when I do the podcast live, it'll not be on video. It'll be just audio. And then I'll invite you all to the place. We'll do a meetup. And then I can have you all on the show. So we can do that too. Hey, SE, you're welcome. Todd said, what is the meaning of life? That might take a week or so. I don't know. Guess we have to. Todd is good for a lot of topics. And by the way, if you have a topic, you can email drkenstruth@gmail.com, and I will return your email as soon as humanly possible. Probably take about a day or so. But feel free to do that. Of course, you can always hit Dr. Ken's Truth Swag or Dr. Ken's Swag, whatever it is. You can go. The website is pinned in the YouTube chat, so you can check that out. You can do that. What I'll do is put it in the scroll next time so that throughout the entire show, the swag URL is floating through there. Sincere said, Platinum American Express card. Okay. You got to have some good income and good credit score to do that. I'm just saying, just so you know. But it has great perks. Has some phenomenal perks. You get Clear for free. I think you might get TSA Pre for free. You get access to all their Centurion lounges. You get points accumulated so you can use it for travel. Yeah, so it's a good one. So take care. It was a pleasure. I had a good time today. I think tomorrow I'm going to try to take some calls. So, don't beat me up for that. I'm going to change my microphone, so don't be beating me up. I can take it. Let me scroll through here. See who's here. Sincere, Ronnie Ray Real, SE. Todd is up in here. What's going on, Todd? Curly Q, Kwanda, Sir Chance, causing me trouble all day. Babar, what's going on? Let me see who else is up in here. I want to say thank you for joining me today. Sherwin probably rolled out. You know how he is. I'm out of here. Not really a city girl. Thank you. Probably still working. I understand. Willie didn't say much today. Where Willie at? He's kind of taking it easy. Who else is up in here? Kathleen, what's going on? Lucretia, they're still doing that bonding. Her and Kwanda doing that bonding. That's not it. But I want to say thank you for being here. Had a great time today. Thanks for joining me. Let your friends know. Just come in and subscribe. YouTube.com/@ the ampersand at Dr. Ken's Truth. You can also follow me on X, Instagram. Just hit up at Dr. Ken's Truth. If you want to Google me, Dr. Kenneth Harris Jr. at LinkedIn. So we're live on LinkedIn and we're live on right here at YouTube. Of course, I'll throw this up on Spotify. So if you want to listen to it later, or if you want to roll in and shoot it to somebody else, trying to get as many subscribers as we can. So just make sure you hit the notification bell, subscribe, and roll out. Thanks for being here. God bless. Take care. And, just be nice. All right?
Quiet.
Pick your head.